They told you sugar was the enemy. But what if I told you there's a different white powder, a common, invisible carbohydrate that's doing far more damage than sugar ever could? This harmless carb hides in your pantry, your protein bars, your baby formula, even your so-called healthy gluten-free snacks. It spikes your blood sugar faster than pure glucose, destroys your gut, builds visceral fat, and fuels the exact diseases that are killing millions every year. And the worst part? You've been eating it every single day, without realizing it. We're talking about industrial starches, like modified cornstarch, maltodextrin, and processed food starch, the most dangerous carbs in the modern diet. These are not natural starches, from potatoes or oats. These are lab-engineered fillers, stripped of every nutrient, bleached, and chemically altered to give food fake texture and bulk. They look harmless, but inside your body, they act like a biochemical bomb. When you consume industrial starch, it breaks down into sugar faster than sugar itself. Your blood sugar skyrockets, insulin surges, and your body starts storing fat deep inside your abdomen, around your liver, pancreas, and heart. That's called visceral fat, and it's the most deadly kind of fat you can have. But that's just the beginning. These starches feed the wrong microbes in your gut, starving the good bacteria that protect you and fueling the pathogens that trigger inflammation, leaky gut, and autoimmune reactions. That's why people who eat a lot of processed carbs often feel constantly bloated, tired, and mentally foggy. Now here's where it gets even darker. To make these industrial starches, companies use chemicals like sodium triphosphate, vinyl acetate, and sodium hypochlorite, the same bleach used to disinfect swimming pools. And somehow, this poison ends up in our food, labeled as generally recognized as safe. Safe? For whom? Long-term studies link these additives to kidney stress, arterial calcification, bone demineralization, and even cellular aging. These chemicals don't nourish you. They corrode you from the inside out. Here's a fact that should terrify you. The average American eats 65 to 250 pounds of this starch every single year. That's billions of pounds of synthetic carbs flooding our food supply, making us fatter, sicker, and weaker. Go through your kitchen. Cereals, crackers, protein powders, baby food, even the so-called healthy meal replacement shakes. All of them are loaded with maltodextrin, cornstarch, or modified starch. They say zero sugar on the label, but inside your body, they behave far worse. So what happens next? Your pancreas burns out, your cells become resistant to insulin, and fat accumulates in your liver until it turns yellow and scarred. And that's when doctors call it type 2 diabetes or fatty liver disease. But the truth is, the real disease started years before, the moment industrial starch replaced real food. These refined starches are also linked to Alzheimer's plaques, heart inflammation, and gut barrier breakdown. In simple words, they age you from the inside out. And the industry doesn't want you to know any of this. Why? Because starch is cheap. It's the perfect filler. It makes junk food look full, feel crunchy, and stay fresh for months. That's why it's in everything, even the hot dogs in your fridge. But remember this, just because something is called food doesn't mean it deserves the name. Real food sustains life. Industrial starch doesn't sustain anything. It just fills you up while slowly hollowing you out. Let's break down what happens when you eat it. Your blood sugar spikes within minutes. Inflammation flares up in your gut and arteries. Your brain produces aldehydes, toxic byproducts of glucose oxidation, the same chemicals used to embalm bodies and cause hangovers. These aldehydes damage neurons, leading to memory loss and cognitive decline. Now think about your morning routine. Cereal, toast, a protein bar, maybe some coffee creamer. That's not breakfast. That's a chemical experiment. But here's the good news. You can reverse the damage. Switch from industrial starches to resistant starches found in natural foods. Eat real potatoes, boiled, cooled, and reheated. That cooling process turns some of their starch into resistant starch, which feeds good gut bacteria instead of bad ones. Replace refined carbs with vegetables, lentils, beans, chia seeds, quinoa, and oats. And if you must have carbs, make sure they come from whole, unprocessed sources. Your gut will heal, your blood sugar will stabilize, your brain will clear up, and your energy, especially if you're over 60, will feel decades younger. Because here's what most people forget. Your body isn't addicted to starch, it's addicted to the dopamine hit it gets from fast energy. Break that cycle for just 10 days and you'll feel the fog lifting. Imagine waking up with a flatter belly, sharper focus, and no mid-afternoon crash. That's what happens when you remove this invisible toxin from your diet. So next time you grab a low-fat snack, flip the label. If you see modified starch, maltodextrin, or cornstarch, put it back. You're not buying food, you're buying slow poison. And remember, industrial starch doesn't just feed your hunger. It feeds the billion-dollar pharmaceutical industry that profits from your sickness. Every gram you eat keeps that system alive. But every real meal you cook, every whole ingredient you choose, takes power back into your hands. Whether you're 25 or 75, this matters. Because metabolic disease doesn't care about your age. It builds quietly, meal by meal, snack by snack, until one day it takes everything from you. But the good news is, you can stop it. You can reverse it. You can take back your health, starting today. So throw out that so-called healthy starch powder. Ditch the packaged foods that claim to be guilt-free. And go back to what humans were designed to eat, real food from nature. Your gut, your heart, your brain, they're waiting for you to make that one decision. Because the carb that's destroying your health isn't sugar. It's the starch hiding in plain sight.